It's been a beautiful day on the beach, but for Ole Miss's Brian Tyree and Baylor's Devontae Bandu, this is the night to ball out in the second semi of the Emerald Coast Classic. It is time for semifinal number 2. Yeah, you're going to have to step away from the beach and inside the gym. Ole Miss and Baylor ready to go for this one. As you take a look at the brackets, Cincinnati a 71-55 winner over George Mason. And now it's time for Baylor and Ole Miss to see who will play the Bearcats tomorrow night right here on CBS Sports Network. Hello again, everyone. Brad Johansson alongside Steve Lapis. Kind of an ugly Cincinnati way to win that ball game. What do we expect for game 2?
Well, here we're going to see guards. Both these teams average 9 three-point makes each, so we're going to see a lot of 4 out, 1 in. And starting with Terrence Davis for Ole Miss, this kid is one of the leading scorers in the ACC. Preseason second-team guy. He shoots threes. He attacks the basket. He gets to the foul line. 30 points in that loss they had against Butler. This kid can really go.
Yeah, he's been spectacular in the early going. What do you see for the Baylor Bears in the lead?
Well, King McClure is their guard, and this guy's been really good so far in the early going, also averaging 14 points a game. He's their leading three-point shooter. He also leads them in assists. This Baylor team is going to be 4 out, 1 in a lot, and he's going to be one of the main guys out on the perimeter. He makes a lot happen for the Baylor Bears. We
may be a little bit more up and down in this one as we get the semifinal 2 getting ready to go. Let's take a look at the starting lineups before we tip this one off. With McClure, you'll be Mason, Bandu, Vital, and Clark. And for the Rebs, Tyree Schuler, Hinson, and Stevens to go along with Davis. Little number change because of some of the jerseys being worn here. So Brian Tyree, that you would normally see as number 4, is now number 21. Scott Drew leading the Baylor Bears in his 15th season. Rebs with the first possession. From our right to our left.
And the interesting thing about Ole Miss, these 3 guards are all 3 like combination guards. They don't really have a pure point, but they can all score.
Tyree off. Rebs can't save it, and it will be Baylor ball. Kermit Davis in his first year. There's 16 seasons at Middle Tennessee State. He was here for the very first Emerald Coast Classic.
What a job he did at Middle Tennessee. I know people will always remember that game against Michigan State, one of the great upsets really in the history of the NCAA tournament, because that Michigan State team was a team that people thought might win it all, and Middle Tennessee knocked them out. I believe that might have been a 2-15 game.
I believe you are right. McClure lost his balance and a foul called on Davis. Hand clap saying that's a cheap one I gave up.
Well, you know, I don't want to question these refs and the refs for the first game. This is Final Four crew here when you're talking about Childs, Adams, and Eads. I mean, that's as good as you get. Like our first game was great officials at this tournament.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to come to the beach and ref a few games? Makai Mason, transfer from Yale out on top.
And you're going to see Middle Tennessee switch up defensively. They play man-to-man right now, but they have this 1-3-1 trap that is really tough.
Mason with the easy jump stop.
This kid has been played. His first game was their last game they played. He missed their first 3 games, averaged 16 a game at Yale, and then was hurt for 2 years.
Yeah, he knows Baylor well. He buried them at Yale. Davis to the glass.
I'm telling you, this kid can go. You know, you watch a guy on tape and you say, boy, he really plays hard. He's playing really hard because on tape it's really hard to see things like that. That kid is an attacker.
Bandu with the jump shot. He pulled up short-armed it. Rian Tyree, you won't see the name on the back of the jersey because he wasn't supposed to be wearing 21. He's supposed to be wearing 4. Well, Lap, what do you got for the keys to the game here?
Well, for Baylor, they got to contain Terrence Davis. He's been unbelievable this season. And they also have to make threes. They make 9 a game. For Ole Miss, get to the free throw line. They usually, have been averaging 20 free throws a game. And the last thing is they got to force turnovers.
Davis forced that shot. Davis smiling and shouting at Terrence Davis for that shot. He will make his guys play hard. We will watch that tonight.
Very aggressive defensively. How about the first game they played this year? They had 15 steals.
Vital with a work down low, got it swatted away.
I like Henson. I think he's going to be really good. He's a freshman.
Rian Tyree.
Telling you. 3 guards they have. Ole Miss, as good as you're going to find.
Foul down here, and they will call this one down low on Vital.
I think Blake Hinson's going to be a really good player. And then Tyree. All 3 of those guards for Ole Miss can shoot it, put it on the floor, and guard. And, you know, they're picked way down in the SEC. This is a big year in the SEC. SEC is really good this year. There's a lot of Auburn, Tennessee, Kentucky. But I'm telling you, these guys are going to be tough.
Timeout. They're going to the scorer's table to look at this one. And I'm not quite sure what they're looking at as to whether or not they are arguing whether or not the call was one way or the other, or what they can't go to change the call on the video.
No. I don't know what it is.
Is there something that potentially could have been flagrant in that foul?
If they're looking for a hook. The obvious thing this year is going to be look for a hook and hold, because it happens so often.
This is what we saw in the first game. That we had a call. They looked at the video and came back and said it was not flagrant. They hooked and then let go. So let's take a look at it one more time to see what they may be looking at. Mason overdone. Oh, there's an elbow there on Vital. And there's a hook.
And the hook.
So Vital with the elbow. And potentially the hook on Ole Miss. This is what they're looking at. Okay, one more time. Bottom of your frame on the left-hand side. There's the hook and an elbow. And the hook.
Oh, that's a hook and hold.
Comes from Hinson. They called the foul on Vital. And that's what they may have been discussing down there. I had the hook. I had the elbow.
They can't change the call. In other words, if they call the common foul on Vital, that stands, but they can call hook and hold.
Is there a hook and pull on Hinson?
Oh, yeah, I think. No, I think it's on Vital.
You're not saying that's the hook from Hinson afterwards? That's what they're discussing right now. Now they want Pat Adams to join in.
You know what? Just to show you how much every game that I've done this year, they've had to look at least one hook and hold. Every game.
We may be stopping the clock for a lot.
Obviously, it happens a lot, but they want it eliminated from the game. And the rules committee believes that obviously if you do this, you're going to eliminate it.
All right.
All right. There's the hook. I think
hold it. The hook's on Hinson. You're saying Vital is the hook.
I'm saying Vital hooked and,
that's
pulled
why,
his arm away.
That's why these guys are discussing it, because I see it the other way.
Yeah,
Vital may have thrown the elbow, but I think Hinson had the hook and hold. Pat Adams coming over to talk to us now. All right. You call a double foul.
Okay.
And possession arrow goes to Baylor. All right. So we'll see it again, and they will call a double foul.
That's a double foul. I think that's a good call.
So they called the original on Vital. They will add one on Hinson and call it common fouls with loose balls, so they will call a possession arrow to Baylor. That may be the first I've seen in the first 2 minutes of a ball game. Mason to inbound underneath. Knocked away by Terrence Davis. And then off Bandu's hand. He can't believe the call. Pat Adams is calling that, saying Davis knocked it off Bandu's hand. Terrence Davis is everywhere. And the foul out top on McClure. So a lot of whistles in the early going. McClure's first.
One thing, Baylor has gotten away from their matchup zone a little bit, not playing it as much as they used to. They used to play it all the time.
Stevens from deep in and out. Bandu the rebound. Vital to the hole. And they will call offensive. That will be the second on Mark Vital.
Vital looked like he was going to knock down the whole team. I think it's a good call.
And then he does the splits afterwards. Yikes. So Vital will sit with 2. Jared Butler off the bench early. Bandu will sit as well, and Meyer will come in. So now 4 Baylor fouls in the first 3 minutes of the first half. Good look. Nice finish by Stevens.
And what makes Ole Miss so tough is because all 3 of these guys on the perimeter, Schuler, Tyree, and Davis, they all can handle the ball and all make passes. They're keeping the pressure on too, Ole Miss. They're in every passing lane. They're denying everything.
Mason's step back 3 is just short. Davis the rebound. Tyree to run. Can't get it to go. We'll go to the line.
Take a look at this good offense by Ole Miss here. A nice pick and roll. It was like a pick and slip because he didn't really hit anybody. Just roll to the basket. That's a slip to the basket right away.
Stevens a big upper body down there. Tyree good on the first. So Baylor with the first bucket. And now Mississippi. The Ole Miss Rebels have run off 9 in a row.
Their defense has been really tough so far. Look at the pressure on the ball by Schuler and everything. They're denying every pass. They're trying to make, look at Davis at the passing lane.
Schuler on Mason. Meyer.
Tough shot.
Did he call glass?
No.
Doesn't matter. He's smiling as he goes back.
By the way, I like this kid.
He's got that range.
He does, and he puts the ball on the floor. He's not just a kid that can shoot. He can put it down a little bit. I like what I've seen from him.
Stevens again with a big body down low. Left alone, he's finding that opening. That one's long. Hinson the rebound. The Rebs want to run. Tyree can't get that. Clark the rebound. And stripped by Davis. By himself, he lost it out of bounds. Rebs with a little bit of excitement. And working the big bodies down low.
Well, Bruce Stevens is a big body. And the nice finish, and the Rebs up 6 early over Baylor.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by the heart of Florida's Emerald Coast, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. By Global Sports Management, the leader in worldwide basketball promotion. And by the Destin Fort Walton Beach Airport, proudly serving the Florida Panhandle to over 28 nonstop destinations. Thank you for flying VPS, and welcome home.
Oh, man, it's gorgeous down here. We're looking for about 20 more degrees maybe tomorrow, Lap. Huh?
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. Get it up into the 70s. Beautiful.
Especially leaving like the coldest Thanksgiving ever in the Northeast.
Right. Hope you all have had a beautiful Thanksgiving and are enjoying your weekend. Here, second semifinal of the Emerald Coast Classic. Look down low to Clark, knocked out of bounds by Stevens. You got some clarification from Doug Shows in the break.
Which they made it. They had both called a foul on the ground during the game on 2 different guys. That's why it was a double foul, because you can't add a foul by going to the tape, and they did not. They stuck with their paw on the floor and found no flagrant. That was good officiating.
King McClure out top. Baylor struggling with Mississippi's man-to-man defense right now.
These guys are in you, let me tell you.
McClure, jump stop, off balance, can't get that to go, and Stevens up high for the rebound.
Nothing easy. I mean, they lost that game to Butler. Butler was on fire, and it was at Butler. It was a very tough place to play. But it was a heck of a game, great game.
Nice step back, couldn't get the roll, but Stevens yet another rebound. Down low, Stevens had the mismatch, got the rebound of his own miss, can't get this one. Put back again. They are beating up the boards, and Blake Hinson with that one will go to the line.
Boy, they're really doing a number inside now. Baylor is not the strongest inside team. Clark is really their only inside guy. These 2 guys, Hinson and Stevens, are really working them over.
Butler picks up his second foul. And now the 6th team foul on the Bears already at the 14:05 mark. Next one, Ole Miss will spend the rest of the half in the penalty. And now more discussions as they head to the scorer's table. They now may change this foul to Tristan Clark as to whether they're calling it on 25 or 12. I think they're going to get Tristan Clark on this. The push was from 25. They had originally given it to Jared Butler, which would have been his second. I think the foul call there is on Tristan Clark, which it is. Some good on one. Hey, join our Tops crew. We'll be bright and early Sunday morning, 8 Eastern. Ready for another jam-packed day of the NFL. Don't miss the unmatched analysis, bold predictions from our football experts, and other pregame show right here on CBS Sports Network.
That foul was on McClure.
No.
No?
Really?
Yeah. He's got 2. Clark's got none.
How can you call that foul on King McClure? And yet that's the way it's listed. How about that? All right, I've been surprised several times already in the first. "13-3 run by Ole Miss. Baylor looking for offense.
Tell you what, this team put some heat on you. I'm telling you.
Ball loose.
These 3 guards, you don't want to see them coming.
Tyree with the dish. Davis can't get the finish. Tyree the follow, off balance and one. They are on every loose ball.
Those three guys are so quick and so athletic. I mean, the pressure that they have put on Baylor in this game, that's why Baylor can't get anything going on offense. They're having trouble making a pass.
Freddie Gillespie picks up his first and the team's 7th. Tyree completes the three-point play.
I mean, it's pretty early. 7 minutes, not even 7 minutes in, they already have 5 points off of turnovers. Ole Miss.
In the midst of a 16-3 run.
And you take a look at these guys right now. They're all playing up the line. Everybody's in a position to deny them. Not let your man catch the ball.
And now another big body in for the Rebs, Olanice.
And he's active.
Butler from deep. Can't get that to go. And another Baylor foul.
And even that, Brad, that was not a bad shot, but it was a little rushed. They just speed you up, and that's what good defensive teams do. They make you, they take you out of your comfort zone. So this Baylor team right now is really rushed in their half-court offense because Ole Miss is making them rush.
Darius Allen picks up his first, the team's 8th. KJ Buffin to the line.
And you know what you see often when a team is rushing you like that? That even when they're open and they can take their time, they feel like they're rushed because they think somebody's coming.
Buffin with 7 in his last outing to go along with 5 rebounds. Also on the floor is DC Davis for his first minutes. They can run some guys at you. Kermit Davis has this team ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if this is a bottom team in the SEC, and it is, it's a big year in the SEC this year, there's no question. I mean, Auburn, they did a pretty good job against Duke in Maui. We know Tennessee's got everybody back. Kentucky's Kentucky. There's another
rip. DC Davis lost it. TC Davis. This one out of bounds. And it will go to Baylor.
I mean, that's not getting completed against this team.
That's a safety in the passing lane.
And you know, usually from Ole Miss, you see that 1-3-1 half-court trap, but they haven't needed it. The man has been so good. Why bother? And they almost forced a turnover there just being with his hand down.
Buffin on Meyer. Clark, too long. Meyer steals the rebound and gets fouled going up. Meyer deciding to get aggressive on this turn down. Freshman out of Austin, Texas. Scored an 18 against Nichols.
They have to really try and get Clark more involved. I mean, he's having a great year so far, Tristan Clark. He's been there really the only inside scoring they've had all year. They need to try and establish him a little bit.
DC Davis with a foul. 13 foul on the Rebs. Meyer gets them both.
Little pressure from Baylor now. 1-2-2-3 quarter court. Usually they retreated to their matchup zone out of this, which they are. Scott Drew's gotten away from this. This used to be their staple defense. Not this year so much.
Corner, Buffin for 3. In and out. Butler, oh, great ball fake.
Great move. I think that was a good move by Scott Drew going to the zone. Now all of a sudden, Ole Miss playing a little bit more out on the perimeter.
Tyree on the drive, lost the handle, out of bounds. It will stay with Ole Miss.
Well, their defense has been so good in this game so far, just cutting people off, not allowing dribble penetration, and it leads to good offense down the other end. Tyree with the finish, up 9, Ole Miss.
Well, before coming to Ole Miss, Kermit Davis spent the last 16 seasons coaching Middle Tennessee State. 2016, he would lead the Blue Raiders. This is that was Ole Miss's first win here against Cincinnati. It was actually Middle Tennessee State that lost to Cincinnati in the semifinal of that game. Kermit was coaching that team as well. 405 career coaching wins. All the stops that he's made. But he's had some big upsets. I think it might have been you today who said he could coach this row of chairs. This man can.
I didn't say that, but I agree with it.
Whatever he's got.
I can't take credit for that, but I think there is a lot of truth to it. But I do like the zone as a changeup for Baylor.
Davis with a nice ball fake. Too long on that. Just before the clock ran out. Butler will pull up, and that's long and over the back of the backboard.
Yeah, that wasn't a good shot. I mean, you have a good stop down the other end with the zone. You come down. You made it easy for the Ole Miss defense that time.
DC Davis will take a seat. Float Thamba still on the bench. Edith Hinson will come back in for the Rebs.
Don't stop your dribble there. Big mistake.
Oh, Bears with a turnover may have gotten away with a walk, but Butler will finish it.
That was a bad turnover by Terrence Davis. That's like not a senior to make a play like that where he takes one dribble and stops at half court.
Butler.
They need to get some penetration into the gaps of the zone.
Another turnover. Butler again, and he got fouled.
But you're going to see Terrence Davis here take one bounce and just stop. Now he's got nowhere to go. The defense knows it. And let's face it, this change of defense by Scott Drew has really turned his game right now.
Went into the matchup zone. Came out high.
And that's really what Scott Drew's major success at Baylor, which he's had a lot of, was with that zone.
Meyer just threw it away and says that's my fault. Had 2 men open and threw it to the table at the end of the quarter.
You know, it always used to drive me nuts when a kid said it's my fault. Yeah, we know. I think the whole world knew it was your fault. We got it.
Sixth turnover for the Bears.
I'd rather guys not say anything and just go back and play defense, to be honest with you. They'd say, my bad, you know.
Hinson from deep won't go, and Meyer the rebound.
See, when they play man-to-man, Baylor, the right guys are taking the shots, the 3 perimeter guys. Now the wrong guys are taking the shots for Ole Miss.
Good look back to Meyer from Clark. Give and go. Meyer's brought a lot of energy to the floor for the Bears.
I like him. I think he's going to be a good player, this kid. I watched a lot of tape of Baylor this year, and he's got a little spunk to him.
Terrence Davis picks up his second foul. Meyer gets the roll. Davis will have to take a seat.
And I'll tell you one thing about Meyer. He's a freshman. He's not afraid to compete.
Luis Rodriguez normally wears 15, now wearing 23 tonight. Meyer cans them both, an 8-0 run for the Bears to get back within 5.
That really messes me up. All the work we do, we come out here and get new numbers.
Rodriguez, no whistle, wanted a foul. Baylor coming the other way. Clark for the finish. The Bears running out on a 10-0 run to get right back within 3. We got ourselves themselves a ball game on the coast. Second semifinal of the Emerald Coast Classic. And Baylor on a 10-0 run. King McClure ready to run.
Well, it's been keyed by this defense. All of a sudden, Ole Miss not doing nearly as good a job. Baylor doing a nice job on the defensive glass and getting out and getting some easy ones against this defense. That change of defense, great job by Scott Drew. I think we're going to see that 1-3-1 pretty soon from Ole Miss. Change things up for them a little bit.
Schuler had it knocked away by Makai Mason. Allen had it stripped. Tyree off to Schuler.
You know what I like about that pass? Tyree threw it at exactly the right time. The defense came to him. He waited long enough, then he shoveled it to his teammate.
Good look from Makai Mason down to Tristan Clark. We're seeing some passing going on back and forth. Tyree slowing it down just a little bit. Schuler, ball fake. Corner, hits, can't get it to go. Allen from deep. Way off.
I don't know about that one.
I want to take a heat check when you haven't taken one yet.
No.
Mason with the foul.
Green Tyree does such a great job here. He's bringing the ball. It's a 2-on-1, but he's not going to give it up until the defense comes and commits itself completely. Now look what happens. Clark came all the way over to him. Now it's time to dish the ball. He kept his dribble alive until the defense committed. Then he dished it to his teammate. That is good running of a fast break.
He sees the floor well. Kai Mason picks up his second foul. Stevens will take a seat. Olenichek back on the floor. Tyree already with 9 in the early going. Now 10 points in 10 straight games for the man who normally wears number 4. McClure trapped. Wheel inside and another nice dump to Clark. Vital back in with 2 fouls with a great look to Tristan Clark, and he'll go to the line for the 3-point play.
Well, you can see why Clark is shooting 75% for the season. Vital does a lot of good things. Not a good shooter, but he can put it on the floor. He rebounds, he passes. Just a good player.
Olenichek picks up his first. And now a rebound, and the Rebs will come the other way with a 3-point lead.
Now you have Terrence Davis out with 2 fouls. It'll be interesting to see if Kermit Davis plays him.
Another strip. Here comes McClure on the run, and he lost it. Stripped by Schuler. To the rim, and he'll go to the line. Up and down we go. Jared Butler picks up the foul. The Rebs with a 3-point lead. 3-point lead for Ole Miss. It is the last week of the college football regular season. Tomorrow at noon Eastern. CBS Sports Network with 3 games on tap. We kick things off with Western Kentucky battling Louisiana Tech. Followed by a little American matchup between SMU and Tulsa. Late night slot, Mountain West Mayhem, Nevada taking on UNLV, all on the CBS Sports Network. A little freshman phenom for you in the late win. Those numbers against the Mountain West freshman. Strong for Toa Taua. We will see it all tomorrow on CBS Sports Network. And in addition to the championship game that we will have right here. Two of 16, and it is the defense that has made those 4 of 5 pretty easy.
You know what? It's amazing how the change of defense just changes the tempo of the game. And now they're getting easier looks, getting some transition. Ole Miss not as comfortable running their half-court offense, and it turned this game around because they were getting killed.
Schuler cashes in on both.
We still haven't seen that 1-3-1 out of Ole Miss yet. My guess is they're going to keep Terrence Davis out for the whole rest of the half with those 2 fouls, which I'm not a big fan of. I like playing the guy a couple of minutes.
Kai Mason threw that one away. Wow, what a block by Olenicek.
He threw it to the one place you never throw it, which is underneath your basket. Got lucky with that.
Oh, another great look. Brienne Tyree can see the floor. Stretch the lead to 7. Clark spinning on Olenicek. Can't get that roll. Collects his own rebound, throws it out of bounds.
When you take a look here, what happens, Tyree does a great job of getting in the lane. Stop right there. And now getting in the lane causes all this indecision. And we have an opening right here. And when he gets in there in the lane, it creates for his teammate. That's why stopping dribble penetration is the most important thing you can do on defense.
Boy, he sees the floor well, doesn't he?
Really well.
Rodriguez back in with Schuler. KJ Buffin with a nice touch off the glass. Stretch the lead to 9.
It's another freshman who I think is pretty good.
Meyer, tough, gets a body up in the air.
That kid's a good player, I'm telling you.
He is long, and the freshman not afraid to let it go.
He's got 9 points in his game.
Another good look inside. Olenicek. Maybe a little acting there.
A little bit.
But Clark gets the call. Yeah. And you got to sell it. Second on Olenicek. So he'll go to the bench. Stevens back on the floor. Rebs have some effective big bodies. McClure just fell down as the pass
trick
came
coming
through.
out.
10th turnover for Baylor. I mean, both of these teams seem comfortable going up and down the floor, but would you say that the pace favors one team or another right now?
I think they both like to play like this. So I would say both teams have guys that can make plays in transition. And this matchup zone is a little different because it's a 1-3-1 matchup zone, as you can see here. And they do a great job with it. Now the middle man comes on top. Interesting defense.
From deep, Schuler. Rodriguez the rebound and a foul on the way up. And this will be on Baylor, and that might be Vital's 3rd.
Yeah, I think it is.
Fouls on number 11, Mark McCown. That'll be his 3rd.
Yeah, I mean, that's, you know, it's funny because Vito was looking at the ref like he was crazy. That's a foul.
He picks up his third.
It's a pretty easy one.
Rodriguez good on the first. So Makai Mason will come back in. Darius Allen as well. And McClure will sit. Rodriguez good on both. Mason you'll see with a brace on his left ankle. Not an ankle that he hurt in practice. Says he's maybe 80% right now. He had hurt the right ankle while he was at Yale. Foul called on Brian Tyree. His first, the 8th foul on the Rebs. So Butler will shoot 1-1. Got them both. Another strip. Butler for the finish and one. Do you get the sense that the pace has made guys a little careless with some of these passes?
Well, I think more so the aggressiveness of the defense.
Fair enough.
And the fact that that defense now, they came all the way out with that 1-3-1, and they played very tentatively against that, and that's why they turned it over that time. You got to attack that defense into the corners quickly. You can't stop at half court and just stand there.
And Butler converts on the three-point play.
And now they've really extended this 1-3-1 out. But you have to attack. And don't stop there.
And a foul on Darius Allen.
You take a look here. How many times has Ole Miss stopped at half court and allowed the half court line to be a defensive player for you also? That's the problem.
That's what Kermis Davis is saying to Schuler on the sidelines right now.
I think what they've got to do is get that ball reversed very quickly. Maybe one time in the backcourt, reverse it once so the deep, because they're just sitting right on their first pass. Baylor's sitting on it.
Second on Darius Allen. Double bonus the rest of the way for the Rebs. Tyree's first miss at the line. If you run at this pace, and you've got to get guys off the bench to be able to fill in exactly what you left. And so far, you've had some names show up that haven't necessarily showed up before.
Yeah. Well, here's the 1-3-1 now from Ole Miss. You got two teams playing 1-3-1. That's a great pass. That's what I'm talking about.
Clark again, his third easy look from a great pass.
So you got to look to the opposite side. There wasn't enough pressure on the ball, but that was a good play by Baylor.
Tyree lost the handle. Got it out to Buffin. 2 on the shot clock. Hinson lets fly and buries it. Just like they drew it up, right?
No, but he can make them. He's made 5. He made 5 this year before that, so he can knock a 3 out.
Mason with the step back. He can score a little bit, yeah, if he can get loose. Buffin with the dump. Clean block, saved by the Bears. Here comes Butler. Buffin almost missed it all. And a foul down low, and Hinson got the foul.
What a great pass underneath by Baylor. And then on the kick out, Hinson knocking down the three. Ole Miss up 4.
Back at Destin, and coming up on AT&T at the half, Brent Stover, Pete Gillen, John Rothstein, and Khalid El-Amin. We got the latest news and notes all around college basketball. Plus stats, highlights. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half. I'm a little D tonight, huh?
Well, Ole Miss started out with that man-to-man pressure, and Baylor could do nothing. They went up big early in the game, stealing the ball, getting a lot of transitions, and making good defensive plays. But then Baylor went to that 1-3-1 defense, and they flipped the script. They've got 5 steals now in this game. So it was their defense that got them going a little bit too. So now we got ourselves a close game, and it's both defenses that have turned things around.
Well, we talked about Ole Miss 1-3-1 zone early before this started. It's Baylor's 1-3-1 that has really turned the tide for them.
No doubt about it. And that has been a staple of Scott Drew's for years. And this year, the numbers have been speaking mostly that they've played man-to-man. Now, they've been playing lesser competition. Now they're stepped up in competition playing an SEC team. That's probably why they're using it more now.
Baylor now 9 of 10 from the stripe. Ole Miss 14 of 15.
Now look at how this 1-3-1 is. That's the pass you got to make. That flattens the defense out, and that's what you end up with.
Buffin just actually lost the ball off his hands, and it just happened to slide to the right spot to Stevens for the flush. Great look again. 4 times Clark has been the recipient of a great look down low for a bunny.
Well, we don't have to look or analyze how he's shooting 75% for the season.
Baylor started 7 of 19 from the floor. They've hit 5 of their last 6.
Good
look
pass.
Down to Stevens.
That's a good pass.
Can't get it. Myers ready to run. Mason the finish, and he'll go to the line. Brian Tyree will pick up another.
Let's take a look at how Ole Miss attacked this pressure. This is the guy. Once you get that ball to this side, now this defense is in big trouble. And that one pass to start out with, they got away with it shakily. Now you get some dribble penetration, you end up with a layup. You got to throw that opposite pass and not just go guard to guard where the defense is laying for you at half court.
Tyree picks up his second. Mason has got a pure stroke.
Yes.
DC Davis give Tyree a little blow at the 2:06 mark. And Mason ties this game up at 36.
It's been a long climb for Baylor.
Yes, it has. Mason will sit. McClure back on the floor.
You know, you have a tie game, and basically Ole Miss has gotten nothing out of Terrence Davis.
An excellent point.
That's good dribble penetration.
Oh, what a great look.
They reversed the ball twice, got a dribble penetration, which is what you need to do. The 1-3-1 is susceptible to getting beat off the dribble if you can make those first couple of passes to make it move a little bit.
You said at the outset this would be about guards, and it is the guards that have set up the big men tonight on both ends.
The big men are just laying it in the basket. So you take a look at this good dribble penetration here, getting into the lane, but it was after the ball was reversed a couple of times. It wasn't initially.
Buffin picks up his second, and another shooter to the line. Both squads They've missed only one at the stripe tonight. And I just jinxed it. Schuler lets fly.
They're doing a much better job of attacking that 1-3-1 now.
And Clark got fouled. And he'll head to the line.
And that foul's on number 1, Zach Baylor. That'll be his first.
Zach Naylor in some mop-up minutes in the first half because of the foul trouble. Picks up 1. Clark will get 2.
Terrence Davis, with those 2 fouls, Kermit sat him down about the last 9 minutes of the half.
Lapp, if I'm not mistaken, Clark hits this. It's Baylor's first lead since 2-0. 39-38 Bears. And a whistle on Meyer.
A little too aggressive out there, that far from the basket.
And DC Davis will get 2 at the line. It's Meyer's first. Now both sides should miss 2 free throws. 14 of 16 for Ole Miss. 14 of 16 for Baylor. Allen will sit. Kai Mason back on the floor for the final 54.3 of the first half. Knotted up at 39. Jump stop Mason. Schuler the rebound, and he got fouled. It'll be Tristan Clark who picks this one up.
A lot of fouling going on now.
That will be his second.
That'll be his first.
We've racked up a few in the first half on both ends.
Headed to the line for the Rebels, number 2, Devontae Schuler.
Fouls for Baylor, 13 for Ole Miss. And the Rebs looking to take a 1-point lead. Schuler gives it to him. Timeout on the floor. 42.9 left. We got a good one going in the second semi of the Emerald Coast Classic. Back for the final 42.9 after this. Scott Drew, in his long and esteemed career here at Baylor, looking for number 300 tonight. 7 consecutive postseason appearances.
Yeah, he's done a great job at Baylor, and you know, you remember when he took over that program there was
some problems,
some serious problems.
The son of Homer, the great Homer Baylor, Drew. Brother Bryce, now at Vandy.
He's got a pretty good guard himself, one of the best freshmen in the country that people don't know. Darius Garland, man, is he good.
Shot clock is off, 25-8. Schuler. Cross court, Stevens from deep with a hand in his face. What a way to end the half for the Ole Miss Rebels. A 43-39 lead. Back and forth we have gone. Ole Miss out early. Baylor fights their way back, and the Rebs will take a 4-point lead into half of the second semifinal of the Emerald Coast Classic.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing.
Great first half in the second semifinal here at the Emerald Coast Classic. We got a fun game. We come in for a great second half. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Glad you're still with us. Brad Johansson, Steve Lapis. Looked like Mississippi was going to run away with this.
Their defense initially was unbelievable. Baylor couldn't do anything, and then Baylor made a switch of the defense into their 1-3-1, and all of a sudden Ole Miss couldn't do anything. So that's why we have a game right now. Both defenses playing very hard at a very high level, and that's why this thing has gotten the way it's gotten. Ole Miss started out the game extremely well, being aggressive on offense. That was keyed by that terrific man-to-man pressure defense. They made some threes. It also became a foul shooting contest between both teams. Baylor, on the other hand, they go to their 1-3-1. They make 5 steals after that, get them back in the game. And now I think we have something that's going to be there right until the end, the way this thing looks right now.
Butler finished strong. I tell you, the benefactor, Tristan Clark, got 5 bunnies down low.
Well, he shoots 77% on the season. Now you can see why.
Take a look at the first half stats. A lot of fouls, 14-13, and a lot of free throws. They made most of them. 4-point game. Who's going to face Cincinnati in the championship tomorrow? Ole Miss with the first possession of the second half.
And not surprisingly, Baylor starts out in that 1-3-1 defense. And it's interesting how they do the slide.
Tyree for 3. Ole Miss starts the second half the way they began the first.
And let's see if they can get Terrence Davis going a little bit in this game. Great ducking by Clark. I'll tell you, Clark knows how to play. He had great position there, a great duck in, and a nice pass.
Tyree again. Too long this time. Kai Mason going long for the rebound.
You'll see Tristan Clark there ducking really hard, just make himself really big.
Little hip check. He's got 14 on the night. If you're just joining us, Brian Tyree wearing 21 tonight because of a uniform mix-up. Normally wearing number 4.
Good pass.
Hinson. Mason to the rim and one. Boy, with 2 bad ankles, he's got pretty good first step.
Strong upper body too. I mean, this is all strength there. He wards him off and just hangs in the air.
Now
Third foul on Breein Tyree. That may be a significant
That
factor.
could be big. Kermit Davis not taking him out. I don't know. That's a tough one. I think you got to come out for a couple of minutes. But he's been their best player tonight.
Yes, he has. Schuler up and under, can't get it to go, and a foul. And it will go the other way. They will call Schuler. That's his first foul. 2 already for the Rebs in the early going of the second half.
And Ole Miss sticking with this man-to-man defense. That's a bad pass.
Another one picked off. Can't go cross court on these two teams.
Well, not throw lobs. Better throw a bullet across the court.
12th turnover on Baylor.
Struggling tonight.
Terrence Davis can't get it to go. Makai Mason. I mean, he is the beneficiary, isn't he?
It's amazing.
He is in the right spot for a guard to do his thing all night long.
You know what? There's some talent to that, too.
Yep.
He puts himself in position to make all these layups and dunks.
16 for Clark.
They got to get Terrence Davis going. He's been really disappointing tonight.
Head fake, steps inside the three-point line. That one's off. Great tip by Stevens. Davis for 3.
Well, he can't buy one.
Hinson the tip. Schuler to the rim and dish out.
This
Tyree!
The dribble penetration that Ole Miss plays with and finding their guys. Oh, set play.
And a foul on Davis.
There's the dribble penetration. When you get that deep in the lane, good things are going to happen. Tyree waiting for it, ready to shoot it.
Third foul on Terrence Davis. He will sit. KJ Buffin in. Tyree will sit. DC Davis back on the floor for him. Makai Mason down. Devontae Bandu has had limited minutes tonight back on the floor. Now Makai Mason will come back in. And McClure will sit. Darius Allen on the floor for the Bears. Bandu, step back. Vital the rebound. Lost it down low. Did they call a foul on Vital down low? That would be his 4th.
They're looking down at the bottom.
They got him. He steps on the floor, he is picking up fouls. He hasn't had a whole lot of minutes.
Well, he's got to be coming out now. Myers coming back in.
Vital only had 6 minutes in the first half, and now he's got to sit again after just coming onto the floor, picking up his 4th.
I'll tell you what, I think Meyer in this game especially is an upgrade. I know Vital does some little things that are great, but this Meyer kid,
he's got great energy. Stevens step back on the turnaround. And over the back.
Well, Clark, he knows how to get himself in position. He's got to be a talent to that, too. Ole Miss up 3.
Well, Cincinnati was looking for another score. They found one tonight. Team Broom reported 21. 71-55 win for Cincinnati to make it to the championship game. Tomorrow night, 7 Eastern, we're going to wrap up the Emerald Coast Classic. One of these teams is going to take on Cincinnati for this year's title right here on the CBS Sports Network, 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Well, Kane Broom had a heck of a game. This guy is really shifty with the dribble. Not a great three-point shooter, but he gets in the lane and he knows how to finish. Very athletic and quick. And I had a long talk with Darren Savino today, one of the great assistants in Cincinnati. And he said, you know, when we get to 70, we're tough, and there's no doubt about it. When Cincinnati, if they can get 70, that's a big if this year. If they get 70, they're pretty tough to beat.
Got 71 tonight, and they will be in the championship game against one of these two. Mason to the rack, and another great dump from a guard.
And it's all off this dribble penetration, which they were not getting earlier in the game.
Hinson from deep, well beyond the arc. That won't go. Buffin up high for the rebound. The put back in, he'll go to the line.
Buffett does a great job here, just getting to the glass. And that's the one thing about that 1-3-1 defense. It's probably the worst rebounding defense there is, because you're spread out, you're in crazy areas. You got to really look for people to box out when you're in that defense. That time Buffett just went to the offensive glass.
3 Bears down low. Buffin went in between them. Third foul on Darius Allen, and a 4-point lead for the Rebs. Mason from deep. Yeah!
I tell you what, this kid has gotten better and better as the game has gone on. He was a little shaky, I thought, earlier in the game. Now, this is only his second game back from this injury. He's looking pretty good. Good pass.
Stevens backing down Clark.
That was a great ducking. Not good defense there, just playing behind him, allowing Stevens to get in really deep.
Mason again. Little long on this one, and Buffin another big rebound. Davis, baseline. Schuler to the dish to Davis, and he got fouled.
Now you're going to see
Clark.
Watch this defense that Clark plays right here. Stop it right there. Look at all this space. And you play behind a guy like that when he's that deep, you're dead. Ball goes in there, and that might as well, you might as well just have sat down.
Second on Clark. Davis, who has been very quiet tonight. Terrence Davis, who had 30 against Butler, looking for his 4th point on the night.
Yeah, he's been bad. I was looking forward to seeing him, too.
Meyer walked once, almost again. Off Gillespie's knee and a turnover.
See, I know this is going to sound crazy. Meyer kind of messed up that whole possession because he did a couple of things that looked crazy. Bad team got all out of sorts, and that's why they turned it over. I really believe that.
Baylor with 14 turnovers to the Rebs 7 so far tonight. Stevens down low and had that poked away, make it 8.
This kid can handle the ball, too, by the way.
Butler.
He's been tough tonight, too.
Got a lot of guys who've been tough tonight. Baylor now with 28 points in the paint to the Rebs 22.
It's a little different than that first game.
Yes, it is. Step in too long. Makai Mason knocked it away to Meyer. Makai Mason's a smart basketball player.
Very. We did go to Yale. That qualifies something.
That qualifies. Quick first step. Gillespie had it knocked away by Schuler down low. Schuler lost his footing. On the floor, Makai Mason gets his hand on it. And it is Baylor basketball.
Tried to get the timeout.
For a kid who hasn't been able to play a whole lot of minutes, Makai Mason's got a lot in the tank.
Yes.
A little wet floor there. Big pick set by Gillespie, no call. Meyer to the rim, fouled before he got there. Timeout on the floor, inside 12.
I'll tell you, this Butler guy, he's been tough taking it to the hole. Got a good game going here.
Well, we've been talking about Makai Mason. He's Baylor's Makai Mason, but he was once Yale's Makai Mason. Waco, it was nasty for them because this is a bad flashback. The opening round of the 2016 NCAA tournament when he poured in 31 as 12th-seeded Yale pulls off the upset of 5th-seeded Baylor.
How often do you get a chance to coach a guy who brought you one of your biggest heartbreaks?
That's not.
How about that?
Not very often.
No, not very often at all. He owes Scott Drew.
That's getting the last laugh,
yeah,
right?
Well, he owes him. So if he gives him a great year this year.
He's paying him back tonight.
Yeah, well, he's got a ways to go, but this is a good start.
He's got 14 tonight.
It's a good start. That's an NCAA tournament game. You got a ways to go.
Right. This is just a preseason tournament. Meyer with the step back, can't get the roll. Buffing another big rebound. Terrence Davis to the rim. That's the guy we've seen.
That was a knife through butter right there. And here's the 1-3-1.
Olenicek back on the floor and with a rebound. Hinson the spin and the drop off to Olenicek.
It was a bit much there.
Oh.
He's a freshman too. I mean, these are some good young players in this game.
Oh, the no look for the big man.
He had an idea there.
Hinson can't get the roll. Olenicek can't get the tap. Baylor ball. We got 10:51 to go. There's some deep breathing going on.
Well, this game was played at a pretty good pace in the first half.
Great look down to Tristan Clark. another great look from Meyer to Clark, and he's got a career-high 18.
He knows how to finish around that basket. He's very poised. You know, he always knows where he is around that rim.
Another good look. Davis can't get the roll. Fights for the rebound.
They've been doing a great job getting the ball to the foul line area against this 1-3-1 zone.
Meyer can pull up. Thought about it.
Oh, that was really... See, there's what Meyer's got to learn. That was a little bit too much.
He's been careless with the ball. That's the one deficit he's had tonight.
He is. I give him credit. He's got some moxie, but, you know, a little too loosey-goosey at times. And that was a clear example of it. Around the back through his legs for no reason. I think that deserved a trip to the bench in my eyes, but Scott Drew knows him better than me.
Hinson will sit.
I think for a freshman especially, a trip to the bench would not be the worst thing for him right now.
He stays.
No, he does stay. He's probably happy he's not playing for me. Sure he is, as a matter of fact.
Tyree on the floor for Ole Miss, along with Davis, Buffin, and Stevens. Mason, Butler, Meyer, McClure, and Clark for the Bears.
And I like him. I think he's gonna be a really good player. Just needs a little bit more calm down. Don't be so loose.
I think what you're saying is he needs a little more fear of the coach right now.
A little bit. And there's a fine line between being afraid and, you know, having the moxie. So you got to be on that line a little bit more. They've been throwing the ball to that high post area regularly.
Got away with one. 7 on the shot clock. Timeout Ole Miss. 9:20 to go in the second semi. We got a 2-point game. Don't go away now. Well, Lap said it at the outset. It was going to be about the guards, and the guards have made it easy for the big man. And a career high for this guy, Lap.
Oh, he's been unbelievable. He's shooting 82% on the season. I mean, that's incredible what this guy has done. He's 31 for 38 on the season. I mean, he just knows where he is. He's got a great touch around the basket. He never gets flustered. He knows how to get that thing up. And I know it looks like he's getting all these easy ones, and they are easy ones. But you still got to finish all of those.
So he's under his percentage tonight at 80%.
He's under, yeah. He's actually gone down. He was 82 coming into the game, and he's now 81. Somebody should go bench him.
2-point ball game, 9:20 to go. 7 on the shot clock for the Rebs. Tyree on the drive, the floater.
That's a nice shot. Two 3 zone by Ole Miss. Haven't seen that much this year. And not a matchup. Looks like a straight.
Down to Clark. Backing in on the block. Corner. Butler.
Nice move by Kermit Davis, changing defenses.
Meyer got a hand on it. Davis lost control, baseline, and he's on that baseline.
Terrence Davis is not in it.
Not himself tonight.
Not at all. I mean, he caused that turnover, just kind of going crazy in there.
10th one for Ole Miss to go with 16 on the other side for the Bears.
Baylor needs to get some movement against this zone. They didn't get much that first time around. It's a good pass by Meyer.
Again. And another foul on Davis.
That was a really nice pass by Meyer. Clark knows how to get position. He had his man sealed up there and knew there was nobody on the other side, so that he was able to give a target. Look at that. He's got that whole area carved out. This guy knows how to play. Talk about a guy who knows how to get position inside. Tristan Clark.
Terrence Davis will have to sit with his 4th foul. That is the 6th team foul on the Revs. At each point, a new career high for Tristan Clark. Vital in foul trouble all night. Comes back on the floor with 4. Makai Mason will get a blow at the 8-10 mark. Now for Clark. 2-point ball game. Buffin inside. Boy, what body control by Hinson.
Yep.
That will put Baylor at the line and the penalty. 61-57. We're in for a great finish here. Take a look at your game summary. Pretty good at the free throw line. Baylor really good off the bench. Plenty of turnovers, plenty of fouls. Baylor with 30 points in the paint. Ole Miss with 28 points in the paint.
Been a pretty even game.
Tristan Clark looking to add to his career high. 1 in the bonus. Stevens had it knocked away.
Careless with the ball.
Fleur got his hand on it. Meyer
Careless.
looking down low. And again,
one-handed pass.
Did they get Vital? They got Vital, that's it. Vital is fouled out.
I don't like that pass by Meyer there either.
Vital, no points, 2 rebounds, 5 fouls in less than 10 minutes played. Baylor with no field goals over the last 3+ minutes of play. Down 4. Terrence Davis on the bench for Ole Miss. Hinson pulls up. Smooth stroke.
This kid's going to be a really good player, too. Nice fresh.
Meyer again throws the ball away.
I'm telling you, Brad. I think Meyer should have come out when he had the dump behind the back through the legs, because he's made 3 mistakes.
Yes, he has.
That have hurt.
18th turnover for the Bears.
And I don't mean to be piling on the kid, because I really do like him. I think he's a good player, but got to be a little more disciplined than this.
Scott Drew hasn't pulled the trigger on him.
Well, he'd have been out a long time ago with me, I can tell you that.
Three at the top, great look down low. Corner, Hinson again. May have got a hand on it, did Meyer. Makai Mason back on the floor. Clark looking to eat some more.
Man, this guy
Finally breaks the drought over 3.5.
talk about efficient.
22 on the night. Schuler lost the handle, he got fouled.
Tristan Clark knows how to use that body. He knows how to get position. And he's finishing that.
I mean, Buffin came to help and then backed off. You got to help on Tristan Clark tonight.
I think you do.
Meyer picks up his second. Only the 15th foul. Good look inside, and Stevens finishes. The lead is 6. Clark again from Mason.
This guy left, right.
Baylor timeout. Can't give it to him enough. Mason with the penetration, and Tristan Clark seems to be in the right spot almost every time on penetration.
He knows where to go, but the thing about it is he's got a big body, he's got great hands, and he finishes with both hands.
Okay, now he's above his field goal percentage for the year.
All right, it's about time.
Over 82% on the year.
The dribble penetration, and he just knows. Now he sizes things up. He takes his time. He never panics. He knows exactly what he wants to do, and he's got tremendous confidence in the length.
5:28 to go in the second semi. Cincinnati already in with a 71-55 win over George Mason in the earlier game. We'll play the championship at 7 o'clock tomorrow right here. Another good look.
Oh.
And a whistle on the floor.
Wow, I didn't see a foul there.
Well, let's see that again. This looked like all ball.
Unless he pushed somebody on the way in there.
Allen goes down. Floor comes over. Maybe some arm. Yeah, maybe some arm. 6th team foul on Baylor. So from here on out, we're in the bonus for both teams. He walked. Defensive pressure again from McClure. Turnover on Ole Miss. Terrence Davis back on the floor. Buffin will take a seat. 4 fouls on Terrence Davis.
Terrence Davis has been a complete non-factor, which I never would have guessed.
Meyer lets fly. In and out. Down to Stevens. Cutting Davis will go to the line.
I will say this about Ole Miss. They've really done a good job of getting the ball into the middle of the floor.
Third foul on Makai Mason.
That's a foul.
For the Rebels, number 3, Terrence Davis.
Davis looking for only his 6th point on the night.
Coach.
One time.
Got them both. And the lead is 6. We've had 5 ties, 4 lead changes tonight. Inside 4.5 to play. Butler inside to Meyer. McClure from deep. Got his own rebound long.
Got to get the ball into the middle of the foul line area.
Mason to the rim. And he's wincing after that on his left ankle where he's wearing that brace.
Came down a little funny. You know he doesn't want to come out. They've made a living in that foul line.
Tyree with a great dish to Stevens, who got fouled. Meyer complains, thought he got all ball. It's a 4-point game. 3:21 to go.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by the heart of Florida's Emerald Coast, Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island. And the Island by Hotel RL, a beachfront resort near Destin on the Emerald Coast.
All right, Lap, let's look at your keys. Where are we?
Well, Butler's done a great job containing Terrence Davis. They got to shoot it from 3. They make 9 a game. They're 3 out of 10 here. Get to the free throw line. They're 20 out of 24 on this. That's pretty good. And forced turnovers. They forced 18. Those 2 reasons are why they are in the lead in this game.
You know what you're talking about.
Get lucky once in a while.
Stevens to the line. 3rd foul on Tristan Clark. The 8th foul on Baylor. Stevens with a nice game.
Yeah, he's tough.
17 on the night. The lead is 5. Mason got blocked. Terrence Davis got out on him.
That was a bad possession all the way around. All he did was play catch out on the perimeter. Didn't get any penetration.
Tyree. The 5th 20-point game for Brienne Tyree.
They got to get the ball in the lane.
Mason step back, can't get it. Tip won't go. Davis the rebound. Baylor looks tired.
They definitely look gassed. This defense definitely doesn't have the same spark it had.
Davis from deep.
They should try to push it up a little bit, beat that defense down, because they're not getting anything against this 2-3 zone now.
Bears need a bucket here. They go inside to the man who's done it all night. Clark again.
That was no layup either, by the way.
26 for Clark on the night. Timeout on the floor. 1:36 to play. Baylor down 6. Don't go away. 6-point game. Old Miss started out like they were going to run away with it with this guy.
Well, that was a great shot, a fadeaway jumper after he cut through the middle of the lane. And then Clark, and this is no layup here. This is a good job. Little fadeaway jumper. He's got a soft touch.
He has been money all night.
And now Baylor coming with the full court pressure. 6 down. Don't have to foul. Don't have to go crazy. Just got to play solid defense. Don't have to gamble. They're man-to-man now. Kind of figured they were going to get out of that zone down 6.
Allen on Schuler. Tyree gets double-teamed. Ball's loose and a foul call.
I agree with Scott Drew. I think he might have traveled it. He was surprised that they jumped that handoff the way they did.
4th on Clark.
Baylor did a great job. Look how they jumped his handoff here, and he was a little caught off guard. So there it is.
1, 2,
That's a travel.
3, 4. Hasn't dribbled.
Wow. That was a great trap on that handoff. That really caught Ole Miss off guard completely.
Caught the refs off guard.
Yeah.
So Tyree goes to the line.
Well, that's a big swing. You go from a travel to 2 free throws.
The kid who normally wears number 4 has his 22nd point on the night.
Well, Baylor's got to push this thing up quickly. Score, timeout, set up your pressure.
One of 2. The lead is 7. Fleur looks down low, got Clark, and he got fouled.
Davis, I think, is gone.
Terrence Davis makes a run to the bench. He fouls out with 7 points on the night. And Buffin will come in for him. This to cut the lead to 5.
Here comes the full court press, and still, if they get it to 5, they still don't have to foul.
Missed it. The lead
2
is 6.
possessions, don't foul. Solid defense.
Oh my!
Yeah, I don't think they were trying to foul there. They was trying to make a steal.
Well, that's a quick whistle. Take a look at how clean this might have been. Wow. Okay, he got some body.
He got a little bit.
He got some body. A little more body than I thought from my end.
And I tell you what Baylor did there on the missed free throw. They had the pressure ready, which was really nice. You saw Scott Drew telling his team to get up and set up 1-3-1 pressure, 3-quarter court on a missed free throw.
4th on Allen. Got to back off on Mike Eads. Good call. Can't get the roll. Allen will sit. Kai Mason back in. So another 3-point shooter.
They have a chance, you know, these free throws, you got a chance to ice this thing.
Lead is 7. 1 minute straight up.
You got to push it at him.
Corner, Meyer. Big rebound.
Foul now. Now you got to foul. No, now you have to foul.
Third foul on Meyer. And Tyree goes back to the line. He's been their leader tonight.
Oh, no question. From the beginning.
Headed to the line for the Rebels, number 21, Brayden Tyree.
24.
One time. I mean, they got 75 with a subpar game by a guy averaging 20 a game.
Brayden Tyree ties his career high with 25. Meyer with the tip up high.
Got a foul right away.
Mason with the foul. When you don't have Davis, you got Tyree.
Oh, he's been spectacular in this game. He goes 6-11 from the field, 3 for 5 from 3, but 13 free throws in this game, made 10 of them. He's been really, really good this entire game. Picked up the slack for Davis being so unreliable, unlike himself.
So, Brayden Tyree for a new career high.
Got to make these, though.
One time.
26, a new career high. 30.4 left. Got to have points in a hurry.
Quick.
Corner, Mason lets fly. That got blocked. Buffin got a piece of it. Butler lets fly. Can't get it. Buffin another rebound. And Tyree will get to pad his stats. The old Miss Faithful are happy tonight. Brayden Tyree tonight. Maybe you should wear 21 more often.
Yeah, well, they might change it for good.
Mason pulls up. Turnover by Ole Miss down low. 3.6 left. Butler lets fly. The three won't go. And Ole Miss will head to the championship game. Kermit Davis. Best Scott Drew tonight. As we take a look at that bracket, a 71-55 winner for Cincinnati in game one. And Ole Miss outlast Baylor 78-70. We'll be right back here tomorrow for a championship game at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Should be a good one.
Lab looking forward to it. We had a good night tonight. For Steve Lapis and our entire crew, I'm Brad Johansson. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Send it back to New York. Brent Stover and the gang for Inside College Basketball. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.